Hey, what's going on, everyone? So today I'm going to be doing a little bit different of a video than I usually do. I'm going to be going into a little bit of the history and the background of my personal life. I've been wanting to do this video for a long time now and have never really wanted to fully discuss it, but I've been, like I said, thinking about it and wanting to do it, so I'm just going to do it. And I'm sure that you guys want to kind of know a little bit more about my background as well. So I'm going to start off here with when I was a kid, from the very young age, like 3 or 4 years old, I had extremely bad anxiety when I was 5 years old, and my parents tried to send me to school. Like some other kids, I would kick and scream and freak out. I ended up being homeschooled in grade 1 by my grandmother, who was previously a teacher. I was diagnosed with ADHD and had a kind of a hard go with all that. Back in grade 2, I was going to school and I could only stay for 2 hours a day because my anxiety would get so bad that I would have to leave, or I would just call home sick. I was always pretty happy if I was active. So in like gym class and stuff like that, I was pretty happy. But afterwards, if I got too hot or something, it would make me anxious as well. So I would usually have to leave after I did anything active at school when I was a kid. When I was about 12 or 13 years old, I started to work out with my dad, who recently passed away. Then I will cover that a little bit later as well. I started to work out because I was a fat kid, and I just always was super chubby. And I didn't like any foods. I wouldn't eat vegetables or even protein, really. I wouldn't eat protein. I don't eat carbohydrates. I ended up having fatty liver when I was like, 11 years old or something. And we got rid of that. I started introducing like some protein in my diet a little bit and cutting out the carbs. Eventually, I did end up losing some weight when I was in grade 9. So I would say I was 14 years old. I ended up losing 50 pounds because I remember this very specifically. Actually, my family went to Bermuda when I was in grade 8, and I hated being fat on the beach. I remember coming home and weighing myself, and I was like 210 pounds or something. I was 14 years old and no more than 5'6". So I decided right then that I was going to start working out. I biked like 10K every single day in grade 9 going into grade 10. So I lost weight. I got down to about 160, maybe even 155 pounds. I got pretty lean. My confidence was really starting to come up. I made the high school hockey team in grade 10 because of this. I quit hockey in grade 9 because I was so obsessed with working out and I just wasn't getting along with my teammates. So in grade 10, I started playing again and I got some confidence back. And everything started to kind of come up a little bit for me. I was starting to feel better. I was hanging out with popular people at school. Things were going pretty good. In grade 11, I started powerlifting. Or it was more like the very end of grade 10, but not seriously until grade 11. So in grade 11, I started to powerlift. That kind of started to make me who I am today. That was really the first of this path. When I started to powerlift, I immediately gained like 100 pounds. I started, taking some supplements at a way too young of an age. Kind of like fucked myself up for a little bit, but I came back around from it. In grade 12, I think it was, I broke my first world record in powerlifting. I squatted 738 pounds at a body weight of 250 when I was 17. Then I competed again when I was 19, and I broke another world record in powerlifting. I squatted the same weight. I squatted 738 again, but this time I did it at 218 pounds. That was kind of it for powerlifting for me. After that, it led to a lot of injuries. I was way overdoing it. I was trying to push weights way too hard. I had like really good gym lifts, but I never could get through a prep because I was beating the shit out of myself way too bad. I really ended up fucking my back up at one point, and things kind of fell apart for my powerlifting career. And I thought that I was honestly never going to be able to do any of it again. So the summer that I found out that I had fucked my back up, I came off my supplements. I was doing a lot of drinking, partying, hanging out with the guys and stuff. I ended up diving off my buddy's pool shed into his pool, and I missed the deep end and split my head open in the shallow end. This was only 2 summers ago. And after that, I had really bad health anxiety. I kind of realized at that point in my life that I wasn't invincible and that something could potentially happen to me. That was a huge thing for me to realize when I was 18. My father had been sick for 6 years at this point with liver cirrhosis. He was kind of like not doing really well. And I was at home with my mom and we were dealing with it kind of head on. Like, we took a lot of heat from him. He wasn't super pleasurable to be around some of the time. He was really sick. He needed help doing a lot of things. And it was me and her kind of taking care of him. My brother was off at university. He had to do things, and I never ended up leaving because I just wouldn't leave his side. I wanted to make sure that everything was okay for him. I ended up getting back into powerlifting a little bit. My back was still fucked up, but I really honestly felt like I had nothing else worth doing anything for. I was gotten pretty depressed. I couldn't really do anything. After my accident hit my head, I was like extremely anxious. I thought that I had cancer and stuff every couple of days. I was at the hospital thinking I was having heart attacks because my anxiety was so bad. My heart would be beating through my chest. Knock on wood that I never end up with a real situation like that. My dad and my mom both knew that I never wanted to go to university. It just kind of wasn't my thing and wasn't who I was. I was very self-taught, experience-based knowledge sort of person. When I was 19 years old, I got my personal trainer's course, and my mom and my dad opened a gym for me. They helped me. I kind of, had the business plan written out myself and stuff. I had the clientele for it. There was a lot of people who, looked up to me for my world records and my powerlifting career. And I knew that I'd be able to get some, like high school kids and stuff in there to work out. And I did. The gym was extremely successful. After 3 months, I started making a profit. So I opened the gym kind of going into the winter. And then closer to like May, we were shut down for COVID here in Nova Scotia. And this I didn't open back up. It kind of fucked that. I did end up selling the business and just taking the cash for it. And I did come out on top with the gym, the whole situation. But I ended up staying home to take care of my father. I didn't even realize that it was for taking care of my father. I thought that I just needed another plan, but it wasn't that case at all. I didn't even really consciously understand how sick he was getting at the time. And he was getting really sick and wasn't able to really take care of himself very well. Me and my mom really had to start helping him. We pretty much spent every day and night with him. So that was throughout May, and then April. This was just like 2021. Like, this just happened. So it's kind of hard to talk about. In April, things were, progressing worse and worse. And it got to his birthday. It was April 11th, 2021. And like I said, he had liver cirrhosis. He was a stockbroker. He lived the life of a stockbroker. He drank a lot and he partied a lot. And he was flashy. He was that sort of person. And, he did a fucking awesome job as being a father for me. And took care of the family really well, the best he could. April 11th, he started to drink again. We kind of just told him he could because he was terminal. Things were getting fucking bad. So he started to drink earlier and earlier each day, and he wanted me to drink with him. So I kind of had no choice, and I was just, boozing with my father as he was dying. This was it was a really hard thing to go through because he was teaching me lessons from his kind of point of view on life and how you should live it. And some people may agree and some people may not agree. The way that he kind of led me on to believe that you should live your life, it wasn't in the right direction. You know, he had me drinking with him because of his own coping for his, him going through his own death. And that kind of led me to drink to cope with his death as well. When he passed away on May 6th of 2021, you know, things just kind of came crashing down for me, because as soon as he passed away, I was kind of taught that the lessons that he taught me throughout the past month weren't the right direction for me to go. So, you know, I was all over the place. I was still online coaching at this time. I was trying my best to like do the best I could for my clients and everything. That's kind of where my business went after I sold my gym. It's just strictly online. I wasn't super attentive because I just simply was not able to be. It was a really hard situation for like 8 years of my life that I didn't even understand it was hard. I thought it was normal until it happened, and then I was like, holy fuck. I'm 20 years old and I don't have a dad. It kind of just came fucking crashing down right in front of me. And so yeah, I sold the gym. I took care of him until he passed away. And right after he passed away, me and my girlfriend were living together with my mom at her house. And shortly afterwards, we got our own spot. We got a house just in town. We just moved in there with kind of no plan. I was online coaching a little bit, but nothing too serious. She started to go to school in the fall, and I did too, actually. I was taking carpentry, which I never would have done. I just thought I needed a plan that was different than what I was doing. Anyways, I didn't need a plan that was different than what I was doing. I was just really mentally struggling from the death of my father. It really fucked me up for a while. Guess I, accepted that I was going to go down this path. I love it. I don't want to do anything different. So I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it. And from then on, one sec. From then on, I just have been going hard at it. My online coaching has been growing and has been a great success the last little while. I started a clothing brand, which I am just about to do the first drop for, called Buff Bear. The Instagram is Shop Buff Bear. You guys should go check it out. There's been a huge dramatic change in my life in the past year or so. The start of 2021 and the start of 2022 were fucking opposites for me. Completely different. I'm happy to be where I am. It took a lot of fucking shit to get to where I am. It took a lot of fucking shit to be who I am at such a young age, I had to go through things that people do not understand, and they always looked at me like it wasn't that hard for me because I was well off like financial wise, and how hard can my life be? But in reality, that doesn't fucking do that much for you if you have a sick and dying father, and people don't seem to worry that much. But I'm happy where I am. Like I said, I got some big goals in the future. I'm happy that I have progressively overcame my anxiety. I've been talking to a psychologist for fucking 15 years. But the first 10 were just trying to live, and now I'm finally starting to actually feel good. This is probably a bit of a sad story for some of you guys, and I hope you guys don't get too sad about it. But I just wanted to let you guys in on my life and what I've gone through, and how bad like my anxiety has been. And I'll tell you one thing is money is not everything, and family and your loyal friends matter a hell of a lot more than anything else. And especially like relationship wise, thank God me and my fiance Carly got through all this together. We just recently got engaged and our relationship is better than it has ever been. But we went through some fucking ups and downs throughout the whole thing. When you're grieving, you don't think properly, and she was grieving too. She was very close with my father, and we've been together for 5.5 years. It was a lot for both of us. So I'm just gonna let you guys in on some goals that I have in the future. And honestly, right now, my biggest focus is building my own fitness community and building my brand up around my name, my coaching, and also around Buff Bear, my apparel that I'm gonna start with my brother. That's I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna succeed. And that's how you kind of have to think about your goals, because if you don't think you're going to do it, you're not. And if you do think you're going to do it, there's a very good chance you're going to do it. And I believe that I can do it. And bodybuilding wise, you know, I would love to be on a pro stage one day, but I'm not in a rush. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to do it as healthy as I possibly can, and kind of just see where it takes me. You know, I'm really into the business aspect side of the whole industry. So if that progresses too fast and I can't get on the stage as much as I'd like to, then so be it. I would much rather be on the business side, have financial stability, and be able to take care of my family. And also, you know, be able to spend time with my family. Bodybuilding is a huge sacrifice. And, you know, when I decide one day to have kids, I'm not going to be competing. I'm not going to be wasting my time on a stage. I'm going to be with my family, and I'm going to be just working and doing what I can for them. I appreciate whoever watches this video. Thank you guys for taking your time to listen to my story. I hope it doesn't upset you guys, but I just wanted to let you guys know what I've gone through, what I came from, and where I am now, and how things kind of play out. I'm sorry if I was kind of all over the place, because this was honestly I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, and it was a really hard thing to do. If I'm able to do a better one at some point and explain things a little bit more in detail, I will. But for now, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Thank you very much, and I will catch you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit up my Instagram, BrentChaviso_. Thanks again.